Hey there, retired comedian here, and today we're going to be talking about banks. And this is a basic lesson for a lot of y'all, but it's something that needs to be discussed. So, in my opinion, I mean, there could be more, but in my opinion, there's three important banks that you need to know. So, let's start with institutional. So, institutional banks are typically those big banks. Let's talk about the Wells Fargos and Bank of America, Chase. Mainly I'm talking about US because that's what I'm familiar with, but if you're in another country, there might be some institutional banks that you're in. The only thing that I would say about institutional banks is to be careful, because sometimes institutional banks require you to have a minimum amount in your bank, and if not, if you don't meet those minimum requirements, they start to charge you. And they can have other things like overdraft fees and other sorts of little fees, whether it's late fees and other things. So if you're in an institutional bank, be mindful about that. If you're already technically lending your money, I mean, you're not lending your money, you're just parking your money, but in the backside, they're actually using your money for other things. So if you're already parking your money there and you are getting ripped off or maybe some fees added to your money, in an institutional bank, I would say run. Start getting into something that's actually going to appreciate your money and not depreciate your hard-earned money. Now let's talk about legacy. So legacy mainly, I'm mainly talking about when you didn't have necessarily a bank account and it was opened by either your mom, your dad, your grandparents, some other person that basically they have a bank account and they just open a bank account for you in that same place. So you might be in a legacy one because it didn't necessarily got passed down to you, but the actual institution that you're in is legacy because you didn't know nothing about the institution. It was just passed down to you because of your parents, etc., etc. This happens to people even with politics. Sometimes people adopt a certain party because their family is pro that specific party. So same thing with banks. If you're in a legacy bank, I would say it's okay, you can stay there, but be more mindful about the bank. Be more mindful the same way as the institutional one. If it's an institutional one as well, check if you're getting fees and you're getting things that you have to pay, because you shouldn't be doing this. This is your money, so it shouldn't be like out there willy-nilly, people just collecting and like cashing in on things like that for you. And then the last but not least definitely is online banks. So online banks now have a rise. It's pretty insane the amount of momentum that online banks are having. There's different ones like Chime, Capital One. There's so many different. Ally Bank is another one. Those are the ones in the US that again I know, but if you're in another country, there might be other options for you. Just look for online bank in Colombia, online bank in Thailand, online bank in wherever it is that you are watching me right now, and that's going to help you. Personally, I like online better because the world is transitioning to an online era because of this whole illness, the thing that's making us stay at home. Everybody's now opting more, leaving the institutional and legacy banks to go towards online banking, because online banking actually they pay you sometimes a monthly, sometimes a yearly APR just for you at a certain interest rate for you just having your money parked there. And a lot of these online banks don't actually charge you overdraft fees. They don't charge your account because you don't have a minimum set. There's a lot of accounts you can open with literally $0 down. So definitely look into online banks. Me personally, I used to have institutional bank. I still have a legacy bank, but I have multiple online banks, and that's mainly because of that protection and diversification, and also the advantages of having just different types of accounts. So definitely look into these three. Check which one do you have. Leave it in the comments below and let me know which one do you have right now, and are you planning on changing it? Where are you going to change it? Is there other ones that I should have mentioned that I didn't? For me, these are the three most important. That's what I did. But anyhow, if you like this type of content and you like everything about finance and learning more about talking about all this stuff and hopefully get you to retire if you're not already, definitely subscribe, like the video, share with a friend or two that might need it more than you do. And I'll I'll catch you on the next one. Take care and have a wonderful rest of your day.